Hello, and thank you very much for stopping by and watching my video. It's very nice of you. In one of my previous videos, I was talking about why some of the names in the Grishaverse books and in Shadow and Bone sound funny to Russian speakers. If you haven't seen that video, you can find it right there. I'll give you the link. Anyway, today I want to tell you about the funniest name in that book, in Shadow and Bone, in the Grishaverse book series, and I want to give you a quick lesson on how to swear in Russian. You might be wondering what's the connection between the character's name and swearing in Russian. The connection is that the character's name is swearing in Russian. So the character's name is Ana Kuya. Ana Kuya. If I read it like that, Ana, then Kuya, then it sounds okay. But if I read it as one word, Ana Kuya, the word Ana Kuya sounds very much like the Russian word for basically why the fuck. It's not 100% match, but it's very close, like 99% match. Ana Kuya is a kind of Russian word that you are not supposed to use when you are speaking with your teacher, when you are speaking to students, when you are speaking to your boss. You are not supposed to use it on TV, not supposed to use it in books, and you can't use it even when you translate and dub a Tarantino movie, you can't use that word. In Russian, Ana Kuya means something like why the fuck, or probably why the fuck we do that, or why the fuck you are gonna do that, or something like that. It depends on the context. Let me give you a couple of examples. Alina, you need to stay away from the Darkling. He's a bad guy. Ana Kuya, would I do that, Zhenya? He is cool. Which means, why the fuck would I do that, Zhenya? He is cool. Alexander, let's go destroy the fold. Ana Kuya, Alina, which in this context would mean, why the fuck are we gonna do that, Alina? And you know, if it hadn't been a Russia-inspired fantasy setting, I would have probably thought that, well, that's just a coincidence. But since the country of Ravka and the Ravkan language are Russian-inspired, I thought that probably it was an intentional joke by Leigh Bardugo, the author of the book. But as it turned out, it wasn't a joke, it was a mistake, and she admitted that mistake. There is a Goodreads discussion where she addresses that issue about the Russia-inspired setting and the Russian-inspired words, and she said that all the choices are deliberate and she knew what she was doing. The only exception is the name Ana Kuya, which was, of course, just a mistake. So she meant no offense when she named a character like that. Of course, you might say that their language is Ravkan, not Russian, and I do realize it. Of course, I do understand that we are talking about some fictional, made-up words, not about real Russian words. But you know, when you are a Russian speaker, or if you just happen to know those words, and when you are reading the book, it's just hard not to notice it. It's like, imagine a story in English and you have characters, for example, Aragorn and the guy whose name is What the fuck. Of course, you would notice that the guy's name, What the fuck, is a little funny.
This is my Italian confidential secretary. Her name is Alata for China.
Come again?
A lot of vagina.
And it would probably ruin your reader's experience. You would probably find it funny, maybe a little disturbing, but anyway, I'm not sure that that funny effect is something that the author intended to implement in the story. And she actually said that when she was writing it, she didn't know about that name. You might also be wondering what's the big deal with that word, which is basically just why the fuck. It's not like it's the end of the world. And of course, on the one hand, in the Russian language, we use swear words. I use swear words when I speak with my friends. People might be using them when they are arguing, fighting, or something like that. People use them on the internet, but traditionally, conventionally, they don't use swear words in movies and in books. You know, in American movies, in books in English, you can hear a lot and see a lot F, C, and other funny words. In the Russian language, it's a little different. Conventionally, people don't use them in movies and in books. There are some exceptions, of course, especially like web series or something like that, but in the movies that you can see in theaters, there are no swear words. Even if it's an action movie and there is a bunch of gangsters fighting, they wouldn't be using swear words, they would be using euphemisms for them. For example, I'm not gonna work for you, Boris, screw you, darn you. Even if it's a movie by, I don't know, Tarantino, and there are many swear words. In the official translation, in the version that goes in theaters, it would be translated with no swearing. There would be euphemisms for bad words. Fortunately, we have a lot of swearing words in Russian, but we also have a lot of euphemisms. Of course, you can find a translation with bad words, but officially in movie theaters it's not welcome. You don't see them a lot in books either, especially in the books for younger audience, and Shadow and Bone is of course one of the books for younger audience. So when you're reading a young adult novel and there is a word that sounds like Ana Kuya, it's sort of very hard not to notice it. I think that most people wouldn't get offended, like, oh no. Some people might flush red, probably, the most sensitive ones, and most people would just find it funny, which was clearly not the intention. And that is all that I wanted to say today, but before you click away, I just want to ask you to stay for a couple of more seconds, because I just wanted to thank you for stopping by and watching my video. It was really nice of you. And see you next time. Bye!